Top of the day to you all. I say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Any TV. Ephraim Naruna Mafino Intosuke TV. We are global and social commentators. I will want to talk about the coming presidential election in Nigeria. It's very important to the continent of Africa because if Nigeria gets it right, then Africa will move a step up the ladder. But if we get it wrong again, Africa will remain in perpetual backwardness. Because Nigeria, with its population, is the giant of Africa in terms of human resources. There is no country in the world that does not have these human resources. None in the world. Nigerians are in every country in the world and they are doing great things. And that's why we are urging all to try as much as possible to see that 2023 election in Nigeria is a success. A success for Nigeria election is a success for Africa. So, for those who are not familiar, we have 16 presidential candidates, but we will talk about 4. These are the top ranking 4. The first is the APC, whose flag bearer is Tinubu, the Jagaban. While we have another party called the PDP, and the flag bearer is Atiku. We also have the Labour Party, and the flag bearer is Peter Obi. And finally, we have Kwakwanso, who is the flag bearer for Peter Obi. NPC. Because from the wave of things, we can equally say that Peter Obi is, all things being equal, going to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, February 2023, because of the vast amount of people that he has as his followers. A lot of people are talking about Peter Obi as the Messiah, as the man that is to lead Nigeria to the next level. And Peter Obi have said some magnificent things that he will do and how he intends to change the Nigeria from a consuming nation to a producing nation. That Nigeria has the capability and capacity to indulge in exports, both in agricultural because of its vast land and manufacturer because of its technology. He has said that Nigeria has 2 assets: human resources and the natural resources. We are following him, and as I've said before, this channel is out campaigning for Peter Obi, the flag bearer for Labour Party. We are sure he is going to win because according to the electoral law, the winner has to score 25% from 24 states. And if you look at the geopolitical structure of Nigeria, like for example, the Northwest, this is the area he needs to work hard. Peter Obi needs to work in the Northwest. This is the KK state, Kano, Kaduna, and Katsina. This state is important. And we know that The vice to Peter Obi, Dr. Yusuf Dati, is from this area. He has a university in Kano. He's well known in Kaduna. And I think he could make an impact in Katsina. So it's important that he starts campaigning. We've not seen him do much. So we as the obedience is saying the vice president need to start campaigning because the KKK states are very important. Northeast, these are 6 states. We Labour Party also have a chances there because these are more liberal states, and also is a state that has come under the silage, sacrilege, that pain that they have gone through, and they will readily accept Peter Obi. Although the campaign have not started, but we are encouraging Peter Obi to intensify campaign in this region. Then we'll come to the North Central. These are Benue, Plateau, Kogi, including Abuja. The North Central has 7 states. That's why it is important. The Labour Party and Peter Obi should try as much as possible because the governor of Benue State, Governor Otom, is like sitting on the bench. He is sitting on the fence. So it's important that Labour Party try as much as possible to reach out to him, the governors in this zone. Reach out to them, see how you can win them over. If Peter Obi does this, victory will be his. Then we'll go to the Southeast, which has 5 states. Anambra, Imo, Ebonyi, and all the other states. We know now that the Igbos are beginning to see light in Peter Obi's revolution. They are beginning to see it's possible, and they are beginning to fall into place. So we think he will make an impact in this area. Then the Southwest, 6 states. I believe Peter Obi has really done well. His Labour Party has really intensified in the southern part of Nigeria. And so we'll see a situation where he will also do a lot of impact in this area. Then South is doing one thing about people from South. These are people who are, how do I say, very intelligent. You don't have to tell them who to vote for. They will look at the 3 candidates, and of course, Peter Obi is the best. So Peter Obi has little or no work to do in the South. A lot of people are massively trooping out for him. So the reason why we're making this video is to tell Peter Obi, because from what he is saying, that he believes in the private sectors. Fine, we'll agree with him. But we are letting him know that there are some certain sectors, certain area that should not be left to the private sector. Because if these areas are left to the private sector, the common man will suffer. The poor masses will suffer. And from United Nations statistics, over 100 million Nigerians are below poverty line. So this is the more reason why these areas, the government has to go into it. There could be private sector, fine, but the government has to indulge in it to make it accessible to the poor masses. If Peter Obi comes in, he should try as much as possible health sectors. Maybe health sector at the local government level. It's very important. His Government should not be capitalist alone. It should be mixed. That is the point I am trying to let the Labour Party and Peter Obi crew get aware of this. Please share this video. This is very important. Let it get to those in Labour Party or Peter Obi crew as much as they can so that they will pass this message to him. The health sector should not be privatized. Peter Obi, if he wants to make an impact on Nigerians, please don't privatize health sectors. The Nigerians are reduced now to the poorest. Their bargaining power, the standard of living is so low. That's why it's important that the health sector should not be privatized. Another area is education. Education should not be privatized. Government should go into and try as much as possible to make education accessible to as much as possible in Nigeria. If people want to go into private universities, schools, and not fine, but the government will be in there so that those who cannot afford the private sector can make use of the government sectors. Another area is power. We are aware that Peter Obi has gone to Egypt and all the other countries trying to see how he can improve this power. He should try as much as possible so that power should not be privatized. The government should go into. Sometimes the aim of government is welfare. That's why it's important that government should go into the areas I'm measuring now. Then refinery. We have 5 refineries and none is working. The refinery should be made functional immediately so that this importation of fuel will stop. And this cry for subsidy or not subsidy will be a bygone. A very important thing that government should look into it. Then we have to also look into this area. This is the 5th one. Substantial economic growth. This one has to do with agriculture and manufacturing. The government will have to create banks that can give loans to the agricultural sector and the manufacturing sectors. Young men who are talented, who want to open up their businesses, should be encouraged to do so. So we'll mention these 5 areas that are very, very important. Then we cannot leave these 2 other areas that is sine qua non, what you mustn't do without. Because if you don't solve these 2 areas, all the other aforementioned area will not function properly. The first is security. Like what he has said, he said he will increase the police force. That will have about 300 and something thousand police force. So he's going to increase the police force to 1 million police force. That's good. We also encourage him to have states policies. And we appeal that there should be a kind of control. We don't want a situation where the governors abuse or misuse the police structure of the state for their own selfish and individual reasons. Then economy. The central bank has to come in here. The central bank has to come in here. The central bank has a lot to do in terms of economy because it's the central bank that will regulate the exchange rate that is going at an alarming speed. Can you imagine a dollar to naira is about 750? $1 to 750. That's no. The central bank will have to come in here. Why are we saying all this? Because we in TV believe that Peter Obi will be the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And that's why we are saying all this. We want his tenure to be a memorable one. With that, we've come to the end of this segment. It's time now to go and get your PVC cards. For those that registered, the PVC cards are out. Please, there's no point in registering and you don't go to pick them up. Remember, campaign is starting soon. So please get your PVC cards and let's vote APC and PDP out. Enough of this corruption that have bedeviled APC and PDP. Enough of this insecurity that started with PDP and has generated to a monster with the APC. So if it's the first time you're coming across this channel, this is Ini TV. Ephraim Nauna Mafida in this TV. We are global and social commentator. And we'll ask you to please subscribe. And after you subscribe, just press the notification bell button so that each time we upload video, it comes directly to you. And for our returning subscribers, we say thank you, thank you, thank you. Remember, we love you, but God love you most. And as it is the culture in this channel, we will catch you when we make the next video. Until then, we'll say bye-bye, adios, au revoir, hasta la vista. Thank you.